YouTube Nation. What the flip is up, you guys? I know it's been a minute. I'm sorry for leaving you guys hanging. I'll talk about everything in a second. A lot has been going on. We're gonna catch up. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna do my makeup. If you guys need to do your makeup too, let's do our makeup together. If you guys are doing your chores, put me on in the background. I don't give a shit. Do whatever you want. I missed you guys so much. I'm so sorry, but I'm back. I'm back. Also, I just put some lip plumping gloss on and I look like Kevin from SpongeBob right now, and it stings and it hurts. I don't know why I do this to myself. So this is gonna be a long one, probably. You know me, I can't shut up. And I'm not gonna talk about heated rivalry for an hour like last time. That chapter is closed. But if you did watch that video, thank you for just letting me rant, because I really need to get that out. We're actually gonna talk about my life now. So yeah, if you guys wanna go get a snack, get a beverage, go do your thing. But before we get into the video, we do have a sponsor, so take it away, Sarah. All right, y'all, today's sponsor is DoorDash. And oh my, I love DoorDash. With DoorDash, you can have almost anything from your local neighborhood delivered straight to your door. Food, flowers, retail items, and more straight to your door. And DoorDash isn't just an on-demand delivery platform. It's a way to make everyday life easier. Whether you're juggling a busy schedule, you're feeling under the weather, or simply just want more time back, DoorDash gives you more flexibility and convenience. But DoorDash is best known for their restaurant delivery, bringing your favorite meals from local spots and national favorites straight to your door. And depending on your area and the time of day, meals can arrive in as little as 20 to 35 minutes, but the timing varies, of course. And that's why I love it. It makes my life so much easier, especially when I'm working and I'm editing. I just grab my phone and boom, and it's already on the way. I don't even realize that 25 minutes just went past and I already get a notification on my phone saying that my chicken Caesar wrap has been delivered. It is so fantastic and it saves me so much time. And sometimes I just don't feel like cooking. The orders are sealed, they're tracked, delivered with care, and supported by strong accuracy and customer support. DoorDash is designed to make delivery smooth, dependable, and stress-free. And DoorDash offers everyday deals, restaurant promos, and clear pricing to help you enjoy your favorite meals affordably. And DashPass members get $0 delivery fees and reduced service fees on eligible restaurant orders. And when a snack craving randomly hits you late at night or in between your classes, DoorDash delivers always. So y'all, make sure you guys download the DoorDash app, use my discount code SarahQ126, and you can get 50% off up to $10 on your first DoorDash order of $15 or more. Limited time offer. DoorDash is your door to more. Thank you so much, DoorDash, for sponsoring today's video. I'm gonna order something right now, and let's get into it. All right, y'all, let's get into it. First of all, I don't know if this is the correct shade. I'm really pasty right now, and this is the lightest shade that I have. So if it's not my exact shade, don't yell at me, okay? Let's see. Oh. Also, I've been having to do my makeup completely different lately because of my eye issues. I don't know if I've talked about this before, maybe I have, but I'm having this issue where every single time I do my makeup and I'm outside in the breeze, after I'm not joking, an hour of being outside, this entire part of my makeup is gone. And it's just this side, not this side, just right here. This little patch is just gone. And that's because my eyes water every single time I'm outside. It waters from out here and then it drips on and completely takes off all my makeup. It's so frustrating. I'm not even joking. I took this picture because I went to my aunt's birthday party. An hour being at this birthday party, I went to the bathroom and I took this picture because I was like, this is not okay. This is not okay. Why is this happening to me? It's literally just that part of my face. It's so infuriating. One of the tricks that a makeup artist told me, who was one of my friends that I reached out to, she told me to do eyeshadow primer and put it underneath my eye, just in that spot, and just a little bit of it. She told me to put the foundation on and then put the eyeshadow primer on top of it and then lock it in with a pressed powder. And so I tried that for weeks, didn't work. That picture that I just showed you, that picture was the result of this entirely different makeup trick that I tried, and nothing is working. So I scheduled an eye appointment because I also needed to get new glasses. I talked to my optometrist about it because she's a makeup girly. I walked in, she had her face beat, and I'm like, okay, you were exactly the person that I need to talk to. I told her my issue, I showed her the picture, and she was like, oh girl, you need to get like extensive eye testing done, and we don't do that here. You have to go to a completely different eye doctor. I forgot what they're called, but it's not an optometrist, it's something else, where they do like extensive research for dry eyes if I need to be put on medication, because even she was like, oh wow, like that's pretty bad. And I'm like, yes girly, help me. So she referred me to somebody, and I have an appointment with them next week, so hopefully I get prescription eye drops or something, because the last eye doctor told me just to put some eye lube in from like CVS. Just buy some eye lube. I'm stocked up on eye lube. I put so much eye lube in my eyes, nothing's clicking. And it's just so frustrating because I'm just like a makeup girly and I want to wear makeup when I'm outside, but lately I can't. So for now, I have to do this like weird method where I don't put makeup under that part of my eye. I have to just like blend around it. Blend it to the point where it looks natural, and you can tell that like right under my eye it's just my natural skin. So if I don't put any makeup in that spot, there's no makeup to be gone. You know what I'm saying? It's just, ugh, it's so annoying. Let me know if you guys have this problem too, because I am at my wit's end, bitch. I get so pissed. But whatever, this method has been helping me a little bit. I just want to be able to not worry about it whatsoever, because sometimes it trickles down farther and then like my cheek is gone. Whatever. But then on this side, I can go all the way up here and then nothing happens. So yeah, I need help. Hopefully this other doctor can give me what I need, because I'm tired. And I just hate the feeling of feeling insecure whenever I'm out, because I know that my makeup looks bomb before I leave the house. And then when I get to the function, I look like a damn mess, and it's so annoying. And I read this article and it was like, maybe this is happening because you're crinkling too much. You're just like showing too much facial expression. And I'm like, but that's who I am. I can't just stop doing that, you know? Sorry, I'm a smiley person and I like to laugh. Like that can't be what it is. I don't know. It's just been frustrating. So hopefully I get that figured out next week. I'll let you guys know, question mark. I'm just so annoyed. Yeah, anyway, besides that, after my last video that I filmed where I ranted about heated rivalry for an hour, I was fully planning on making a follow-up video the next week about everything else that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Like I had a full list of shit that I was supposed to tell you guys in that video, but I let my hyperfixations win. But then I had such a bad Hashimoto's flare-up. If you guys have been watching me for a while, I got diagnosed with Hashimoto's. It's an autoimmune disease, I don't know, like 6 years ago. That diagnosis really rocked my shit and changed my life in a positive way, I guess, because now I know what's going on. I don't feel as crazy. I felt relieved, but also really overwhelmed, because with Hashimoto's, you have to completely change your lifestyle, completely change your diet. It was just so overwhelming for me. I had to cut out so many things, and that shit is just really hard for me to do, because in high school, I struggled really bad with an eating disorder. Trigger warning, eating disorder. Sorry, I didn't do a trigger warning there, but I struggled really bad in high school with an eating disorder, and I would really restrict myself and be super hyper critical. I would just hyper analyze everything that I was putting in my body and just really weird about that stuff. I finally got to a place in my adulthood where I wasn't doing that anymore, and I was really accepting, and I did a lot of therapy for it, and I got to a very healthy mindset with food and all that stuff. And then it just felt like once I finally got to that place of not letting food and restricting myself and all that stuff, once I got to a place where I wasn't doing that anymore, then I get hit with, oh my god, you have to cut out gluten, you have to cut out dairy, you have to cut out soy, you have to watch sugar and blah blah blah. And it just kind of triggered me so badly, where I'm like, I really don't want to fall back into my old patterns, but also knowing that I'm doing this to heal my body and like help me feel better, I was trying to shift the way of looking at it, which took me a long time to do. It was hard at first, but I got to a pretty good place with it. But if I'm being honest, this past year, I've just been kind of eating whatever the fuck I want, and it helps me feel better emotionally. It's also really making me feel awful in a physical way. But yeah, basically, I had a really bad flare-up at the end of January where I was just not okay, and I knew it was a flare-up. It just made me feel so weak and tired and just not good. And whenever I get in these flare-ups, I get really down on myself and I feel like I'm just not treating myself or treating my body correctly, and I just beat myself up over it. My anxiety just got so much worse. During my flare-ups, it gets pretty bad and unbearable. I got kind of scared. I scheduled an appointment with this new doctor who specializes in Hashimoto and autoimmune stuff. I saw her a few weeks ago. She ran some tests. She just wanted to check my thyroid and check all my levels, you know what I mean? I've just been in and out of that doctor's office for the last 3 weeks. I'm doing a lot better. As you guys know, I kind of just have like a baseline of anxiety. It's very manageable, but it's just so weird because I was telling my doctor too, it's more physical symptoms of anxiety. I don't really feel the mental part of the anxiety. It just manifests itself very physically for me, especially social things where I'm about to see a bunch of people. I get physical symptoms where I get shaky and I'm just like, why the fuck am I shaking? I feel fine. I feel normal. I just get shaky and it's so frustrating. And like my heart beats really fast. When the group asks me something and I'm like having to talk about myself, I like literally, my heart races so much and it's so annoying because I feel fine and I know everything's fine. I know I'm not in like a dangerous situation. And also I've tried so many different antidepressants and like anti-anxiety stuff. I've tried so many of them and none of them have worked for me. I've tried SSRIs, SNRI, like all the different RIs. They just made me feel tired and more anxious. So I'm like, that's not working for me. And then my doctor was like, have you ever considered or tried a beta blocker? And I was like, what the fuck is that, bitch? I didn't call her that, but I was like, no, I don't even know what that is. And then she's like, it's something that I can prescribe to you whenever you're about to be in a social situation or anything like that. It just helps the physical symptoms of anxiety. And I was like, oh, I've never heard of that before. She prescribed me a pretty low dose of that and just said, just take this before a social event. And I was like, totally. And so I did. It's been life-changing. It's been helping me so much. Because on the day-to-day when I wake up and I'm doing my thing on my own, I'm chilling, I'm fine. But it's only when I'm like around people, I get like shaky as fuck. So the beta blockers honestly have changed my life. And it's cool. It doesn't make me feel drowsy or sedated or anything. It just literally helps me not be shaky and racy, you know? So that's been really nice. Love that. And this was my Hashimoto's doctor. Like, what the fuck? She was like, none of your other doctors have, and I was like, no, girl. And she's like, that's crazy. Just, yeah, let's try this. Let's see how you react to it. And then I called her a week later and I'm like, yeah, girl, this was the move. This was the move. So that's been really helpful. And before I started the beta blockers and actually started to seek help for my Hashimoto's flare-ups and just my anxiety and stuff like that, I've just been very down on myself and just feeling really stuck because I'm like, if I can tackle my anxiety and my flare-ups, like I would be unstoppable. I just feel like my social anxiety has really hindered me from doing a lot of things that I want to do, especially ever since I moved. Sorry if this video is kind of all over the place. I'm kind of rambling, but it all kind of connects somehow, so just stay with me. I've just been reflecting a lot because it's been a year since the car situation happened and I abruptly moved out of my last apartment, and I felt like I was in a pretty good place mentally and emotionally, especially like during the holidays and being around my family. Like I was in a pretty good place where I felt like I was healing from a lot of things and just kind of coming to terms with a lot of what has happened in the last year. It's a very surreal experience being a content creator and sharing your life with everybody, because the car situation in particular kind of had a ripple effect. The person who was directly involved in the car situation, a lot of other people started coming out with stories about that person. I didn't realize that was gonna be the thing that started the whole thing, which made me feel really weird because people have the right to come online and talk about, you know, their personal experiences with people. Like, they are so valid for that. I get why people are doing that too. It just really sucks because I obviously, you guys know who I'm talking about, but I just want to be respectful. I'm not gonna lie, like this past year has been so difficult for me trying to move through the world without her. Me and her her, as you guys know, we were literally sisters. I went to Peru with her family and she would come to Thanksgiving with my family. Like, me and her have been so close for over 10 years. So this has just been really jarring, and when I think that I'm healing and things are kind of settling down in my spirit and I'm able to kind of move forward and get clarity in my own life, I just will come across things on the internet of people either talking about her or talking about me and her, and it's so jarring. And it got to the point where it was so triggering for me because I'm still trying to process my feelings and I don't have the capacity to see anybody else talking about her. I also really do deep down care about her so much, where it like hurts me knowing that she's probably getting a lot of heat. It just sucks and it's sad. I think moving out of that apartment was the best decision for me, and it made me kind of realize a lot of things and like how much I've wanted to move out for a while, but I kind of needed the universe to like do something, smack me in the face and do something crazy, like get my car stolen, for me to be like, I should probably do something different. You know, like, it's so annoying that I literally need the universe to for me to be like, oh, I see, I hear you, instead of just kind of listening to myself and listening to my body. And I don't know, it's been a huge learning year for me, but it's also been incredibly difficult. And I've been kind of going back and forth on if I even want to talk about this stuff with you guys, because it's so close to home and it's really personal, and I just kind of want people to stop talking about it. And now here's me talking about it, but I feel like this is kind of just for me in order to actually move on and want to turn the page of all of this. I am also talking about it now because it has been a year and I'm thinking a lot about it now. I will always have so much love for her and I just want the best for her. It's so weird to not talk to her, not really know what she's up to and what's going on in her life, and it's weird for me to not share things with her. It's just so strange, but I know that we need this time apart to really figure out who we are separately. It's so hard when this person was literally family to you. I think that once I moved away and we still tried to have a normal friendship and kind of not really talk about what was actually happening, it just kind of made it worse, and it didn't really fix anything or heal anything. I just moved away, you know? I just wasn't under the same roof as her anymore. I thought me moving away was gonna solve everything, but it didn't. We actually just needed to take a break. And I think it's been for the best. I'm still working through some resentment that I feel, which is hard. And I'm just kind of realizing that that's what it is. Not even just with the car situation, but there's just other things that I'm obviously not going to say on the internet, but there's just been things. And yeah, it's just been a weird transitional period in my life without her in it. And it's really opened my eyes on how guarded I have been, you know? How hard it is for me to let people into my life, try to get close to new people. I have this constant anxiety in my head of like, if I get close to this person, I'm gonna get hurt. I don't know. I'm learning this about myself, and it's been a really great challenge for me to push myself out of my comfort zone. And you know, I still have my really great friendships, my long lasting friendships that I've had, and then also my girlies in Oregon, like my Oregon girlies. But just living out here, I've just realized how when I was living with her in my subconscious, I'm like, okay, well, I don't need to branch out. But when that went away and I essentially moved here by myself, like, yes, I have Ryan and Camille up there, but essentially I'm waking up, walking around, cooking. I'm by myself for the first time. It's really forcing me to put myself out there, and it's really uncomfortable because before it was just kind of nice to sit back and just always have somebody there, like always having her there around. But now that I'm like actually alone, I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta actually like reach out to people, put in the effort to create friendships and maintain them. And it's just fucking weird as an adult in general. That's something that I'm learning right now. It has just been such a blessing that Rory came into my life when he did, because he has helped me so much kind of work through all of these things. It's been really, really healing because he grew up in LA. Like, he was born, raised here. He has all of the same friends from high school, like all living near him. He has like a huge group of friends. When me and him started becoming friends, and while I was going through like the depths of hell last year of just feeling so lost, feeling just so sad about moving out and having to like create these boundaries that I didn't want to create and would tear me up, and still does eat at me. Like, I wish things were different, and I wish things were how they used to be before all of this shit happened. It just he has just really helped me get myself out there again. He has really introduced me to some of the best people. He's friends with this amazing group of girls that he's known since middle school and high school, and they just really took me in. It was really hard for me at first to kind of let my wall down and try to connect with these new people, because they just really accepted me off the jump, and it freaked me out because I had all these walls up, and I also felt weird. I'm like, I didn't want Rory to feel like I was like, I don't know, trying to steal his friends that he's had since and he was like, no, Sarah, I know that you would love them. I know that they would love you. I want us to all hang out, like, you know, and I'm like, totally. So it took me a second to warm up to everybody, but now I've just created all of these amazing friendships with them, and it took me a second. Like, I'm not even joking, you guys. Like, I'll give you an example. Okay, so one of the girlies was having a birthday. She invited me to the birthday dinner, and then we were gonna go out after and like go to this club, right? I was pretty nervous because this was when I was first starting to get to know these girls. They've already been a friend group since forever, for years. And I just kind of felt awkward being like, hey, what's up? I had my guards up, but I was trying to let loose because I really liked these girls and they were really awesome and so kind, and I wanted to be their friend. I was really nervous, but I'm like, I'm gonna go to this birthday dinner. We're gonna have so much fun, you know? Even though I'm like nervous, this was like 5 girlies, and I was like kind of intimidated, but I was like, no, this is such a good challenge. I'm going through it. I need to put myself out there. And this was like last summer, by the way, like right in the thick of me going through hell with everything that was happening. But I showed up to the birthday dinner. We had such a good time. I was really nervous at first, but I really opened up, and I feel like they got to know me, and I got to know all of them. We had some like really great talks at dinner, and I was feeling really good, right? I was like, yes, I love these bitches. Like, I could see myself being really good friends with them. And then we went to this club right after. It was this dark club that was underground, and it was really hot in there, and it was in the middle of the summer. I was sweating like a pig. I was so sweaty, and I love these girlies because they love to dance, and y'all know me, I want to pop my ass. And I love these girls because they were fun and they liked to pop their ass as well. So we were all having fun at the club, shaking ass. It was our girlie's birthday, so the drinks were flowing, the giggles were being had. But then at one point I was like so hot and sweaty, no airflow, zero airflow. But I was just trying to like not think about it. I'm just like, nope, Sarah, you're fine, you can hang. But then it got to a point where it got so hot down there, I was not feeling good, and I just needed fresh air so badly. But it was kind of a mission to leave the club. Like, you had to go up these stairs, you had to like go down this hallway, and I was like, no, I'm not just gonna like leave to get fresh air. Like, this is embarrassing, because everyone was just dancing and having fun and being like, yeah. And I was like, no, I can hang. Should have listened to my body. I'm learning these things now. But my body finally got to the breaking point, but I was too embarrassed to say anything. It's so stupid now that I'm talking about it, but at that time I didn't want people to worry about me. I was like, I'll just like leave really quick and they won't even notice, you know what I mean? They're having a great time. So my ass gets up, I run down the hallway, I go up the stairs, I run down the other hallway just to go outside, and I'm standing outside and I'm like lightheaded. I'm like, oh my God, fresh air. I was like, holy fuck. I go to my phone and I text the girlies in the group chat, and I'm like, hey girlies, I'm outside, don't worry about me, that's where I'm at. And right when I saw a bush, I just threw up. I wasn't even like fucked up. Oh my God, I just needed to release myself. But I threw up. I was outside for so long. It was like maybe 15 minutes I was outside. I like felt really awkward for some reason. I was like, I really don't want to go back down there and tell everyone that I just threw up. I just don't want them to worry about me because they're all just having fun. I just want them to like keep being in this vibe. I'm just gonna remove myself. And also I'm the newbie in the group. Like my presence doesn't really matter. This is what I was telling myself, right? I'm like, my presence doesn't really change anything. That's so sad. That's so sad. I don't believe that anymore. But like I said, I was really nervous to like hang out with these girlies. And this was like the first time we all did something just the girlies. And I was just like, they'll be fine without me. So I called an Uber and I left. And I texted them and I was like, hey girlies, I threw up outside. I called an Uber. I just need to go home. Not feeling good, but love you girlies. I had so much fun. And we were out for like 5 hours. It was like 1 a.m. anyway. Hey, it's me editing. But I also just wanted to say that none of the girlies texted me back from the first text that I sent when I was like, hey, I'm just outside. That's where I am. Please don't worry about me, whatever. None of them texted me back while I was outside. So in my head, I was like, they probably didn't even realize that I left, okay? They're not on their phones. They're down there shaking ass. They're having fun. They're lit, okay? So because nobody texted me back, I was like, okay, I can just leave, you know? And it's fine. I let them all know if everything's good. And what I didn't motherfucking realize was because the place that we were at was underground, there was no service in the club. So none of my texts went through to them. So they were down there trying to find me. They weren't even able to text me or call me. I guess one of the girlies like went outside to see if I was outside. And then once she went outside, my texts were coming through saying I went outside and then I left, blah, blah, blah. And that was a learning moment for me because I thought that I was just kind of like, I'm just not gonna be a problem. Me removing myself right now is the solution. But it wasn't, because when I got home, they were all done with the club. They literally, all of the texts were coming through and they're like, Sarah, we were so worried about you. We were looking for you everywhere. Like, oh my God. And I was like, oh my God. And then I texted them back and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I sent them the screenshot of my texts that I sent. And I was like, I didn't realize that there was no service down there. And then the next morning I felt horrible because I was like, oh my God, I literally thought that I was helping by leaving. And then they're like, girly, next time, just tell us. And I was like, so true. So true. You guys were just having so much fun and I was being real with them. I was like, I was embarrassed. I didn't want you guys to think that I couldn't hang. That's why I didn't tell any of y'all that I was gonna go throw up outside, and I wanted to put on a front like I could hang, when in reality I literally could not hang. I should have said something and I'm sorry. And it was like this great little kumbaya moment the next morning where they were like, totally, we get that, but like we want you to know that we love you and we get that we all just started hanging out, but like we really care about you, you know? And I was like, whoa, I don't know what that's like. It was just weird. Like I was not expecting them to care about me so much, and that's sad. But at that time I was in such a dark place where I was so confused about friendships and just relationships, and just I was just so in my head about everything, where them kind of validating me and being like, no Sarah, we care about you and we want you to tell us everything. Like if you're feeling sick, like we want to help you. Like that would make us feel better instead of you just, you know, just dipping. And I was like, totally. So I learned. If you guys judge me for that, please just try to see it from my perspective. Like I am being so honest with you guys. Like I was genuinely just embarrassed and didn't want to ruin their vibe. I don't know. Yeah. I made it up to them though, and we hung out shortly after and we had a great time and everything was fine, and I'm still friends with these girlies to this day. I love these bitches. Like they truly have gotten me through this year, and it's just been so healing to meet this group of girls who really just have my best interest at heart. It's just been so refreshing for me. It literally like makes me want to cry, but I'm not gonna cry right now because I'm doing my makeup. But like it seriously has been so transformative for me, and it's really helped me be able to look inward and learn how to let people back into my life and be close to me again. Just a lot of my trust got really fucked up this past year. I'm just really grateful that I met these girlies who it's literally like just being friends with them is truly helping me heal these weird damaged parts of myself, and also realizing where some of my trust issues come from. It's just been a lot of learning. I'm not sharing this for like tea or whatever. It's so uncomfortable for me to even share this. I wasn't even gonna touch on any of this at all, but it's kind of hard to make videos and just not really share at all about how I'm feeling. And if I didn't talk about this stuff, I would feel like I'm being very inauthentic, and I feel like you guys would be able to sense that. I feel like all of last year, my videos, it's not like they were inauthentic. I was just really trying to deal with a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and so I wanted to make videos about anything besides what was really going on in my actual life, because I also was not in a healthy place to be able to talk about what was happening behind the scenes in a healthy way where I wouldn't be hurting anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had so much anger and sadness and just frustration a lot of last year. I was in no place to talk about what was actually going on because I was not healed myself. I've never really been through something like this before to this extent, and so I'm just asking you guys to please give the person who I'm talking about, if obviously you guys know, please do not come at them online. This has really been hard for the both of us. I just want her to be okay, and I want to be able to talk about this situation without triggering her or making her feel bad. I think right now it's important for us to just figure some shit out, and this has been seriously one of the most painful things I've ever had to go through. Yeah. Also, did y'all notice that this has taken me probably that entire time of me talking about that, because I'm like anxious talking about this. I don't even know what I just fucking did. I don't even know if I like it doesn't even look good. So let me just like fix my face really quick off camera, and then let's talk about something positive and cute and sweet, okay? Because I have something I want to say because it's really cute and sweet. Okay. All right, y'all, I did my eyeliner off camera. I fixed some shit up. I'm feeling a lot better about it. Also, does this look fine? Like, does this look kind of natural? Like, did I blend this in good? There's no makeup under my eye. Or does it look really noticeable? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Okay, I want to talk about something a little bit more positive. I mean, a lot of what I was saying was, I guess, positive, like everything that I've been learning this past year and all the growth that I've been doing, all my realizations and shit. The growing pains and shit. So it's all positive. It's just really sad and upsetting how it all transpired, but we move and we groove, baby. Now that I'm getting my Hashimoto shit figured out, trying new medication, I'm just feeling a lot better, and that's why you guys are seeing me right now, and that's why I'm filming today, because I'm feeling a lot better. And honestly, now that I just kind of ranted and actually talked about my feelings, I feel so much lighter, you guys. Things are looking up, and I'm feeling really good about this year. I also want to clear this up because a lot of people think that me and Caitlin are beefing. No, me and Caitlin are not beefing. Caitlin is still very much in my life. We talk every day. And just because I don't post with my friends doesn't mean that I'm beefing with them. But I do have to kind of remember that that's kind of how it looks on the outside, and people are going to obviously be curious. But yeah, I just wanted to set that record straight. Like, me and Caitlin are not beefing. We are still friends. Everything's good on that front. Okay, something happy. I wanted to talk about this in my last video, but like I said, I got caught up with my hyperfixation on Heated Rivalry, so I didn't have the chance. And I know that it's almost March and Christmas was so long ago, but I do want to just tell you guys something really amazing that happened at Christmas that was just so heartwarming and such a crazy moment for me and my family. So as you guys know, my sister Rachel, she's getting married, and I can't breathe. I'm so excited. That's all I want to talk about. 2026 is just all about Rachel. All about Rachel's wedding. She's getting married in October. Oh, I cannot wait. It's going to be the most magical week. We're all going to be there for an entire week. The most beautiful week, probably of my life. Unless I decide to get married one day. But who knows? I'm still trying to figure that out. I don't know what I want. But I'm just like living vicariously through my sister and just so excited for her. And for Christmas, she gives me a present. Me and my sister give each other presents every year for Christmas. I just think, I don't know, it's just another present from my sister. Oh, bitch. I open this present and I start sobbing. It is a sweatshirt. that says maid of honor. Nah, I couldn't handle it. I sobbed. I like knew, I had a feeling I was gonna be the maid of honor because like duh, I'm her sis, like duh. But I guess just seeing it in physical form and just like the reality of it, because she hasn't asked me yet, you know, but I kind of just assumed. And just that moment was so special. I was like, wow, yeah. I've been to so many weddings before, and this is my first time ever actually being in a wedding, let alone being the fucking maid of honor, bitch. Like, this is the biggest responsibility, and I am taking it on, bitch. My job is I am going to make sure that my sister has the most special day in history. No drama, nothing's gonna go wrong because I'm gonna have it handled. And also all of her bridesmaids, I love them all. I'm close to them all. We're such like a good group. We're gonna make sure that nothing gets in my sister's way of having the best wedding ever. So yeah, I was born for this role, bitch. But also I need some of your guys' help because like I said, this is my first time ever being in a wedding, also being a maid of honor. Like, this is a lot. I have a lot to learn. So if you guys have ever been a maid of honor before, and I know that there's some of you, please give me some tips in the comments. I am begging. Just about anything. Like, if you guys have any ideas for bachelorette stuff, like games we could play, just some ideas. Just give me some ideas that I could do. It doesn't even have to be just like bachelorette stuff, just like little things that I could plan throughout the week for her to make her feel so special. And like I said, we're gonna be at a resort, so keep that in mind. I can't believe that I have to write a speech and like recite the speech in front of everybody. I'm a little nervous for that. I'm already thinking about what I want my speech to be about. I just like can't believe it. This is gonna be something that I'm going to remember forever. Like, this is my sister's wedding. This is one of those occasions that when we're old, we're gonna look back at photos of this, you know, like when we're like 60, and we're gonna be like, oh my God, your wedding day, what a special day. It's just so nice to have this to look forward to. A lot of my energy is to just plan this with my sister. It's just been such like a beautiful experience. It's just been so fun. A whole new bonding experience that I'm having. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any ideas or just things that I could do or just some advice for me, because it's not nervousness. It's just like I'm so excited where I'm like, I like can't handle it. Like, I need to like chill instead of being just so like I need to fucking stay grounded. But I'm so excited. I got that Christmas present, I cried. And then my dad, y'all know Rick, and y'all know he's a talker. He loves to give advice. He just loves to talk. This is where I get it from. He's just like, when he tells a story, he goes on for longer than I do sometimes, if you can believe that. He's so expressive and he just wants to. So my sister's fiance was over while we were opening presents, right? After I opened up mine, and I was like, of course I'll be your fucking maid of honor. Are you kidding me? I was born for this. We're opening up more presents. It's kind of chill, you know? At the very end, there was one present left. Okay, last present, who's that? And then my sister's like, oh, this is for dad. This is from me and my fiance. And I was like, okay, cute. Whatever. Last present for dad, not really thinking much. They give the present to dad, and I see my mom in the corner recording. I didn't think that it was that weird because my mom's kind of like recording throughout the morning of people opening their presents, right? But my mom has a little bit of a spunk to her where she's just like, and I was like, what the fuck? And my dad is just kind of like, what the fuck? Because the energy is different. And my sister and her fiance are just sitting there like, staring at my dad, and I was like, what is happening? Like, me and my dad looked at each other, we were like, what the fuck? My dad opens the present, and it's a flask. It's a black flask, but it's turned around, so all he sees is just like a black flask, and he was like, cool, thanks. He's not even like a drinker. Like, he drinks sometimes, but he was just like, oh, sick, thanks. And then my sister was like, no, turn it over. And then he turns it over. It said Holy Bible. It was like a holy flask or whatever, and my dad was still confused. He was just like, oh, this is cute. And then my sister and her fiance were like, Dad, we wanted to ask you if you wanted to officiate our wedding. We want you to officiate it. waterworks. Everybody was crying. My dad thought she was joking at first. My sister was like, no, like, we want you to officiate our wedding. And my dad was just, it was the most heartwarming moment. It was so beautiful. Like, I haven't seen my dad that excited in so long. He was like a little schoolgirl giggling. Like, he was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Like, my dad just loves to be in front of people and he just loves to talk. The fact that my sister is giving him this platform is so special. The fact that he gets to walk my sister down the aisle and then go up and be in front of my sister and her fiance and marry them in front of all of our friends, if it is just so special and so perfect. That is the only choice. My sister and her fiance, they were so correct. They were so correct for asking my dad to do that. I just know that that's going to mean the absolute world to him, and I don't know how I'm gonna be able to keep it together when I'm up there. Like, hello? I'm gonna need 2 beta blockers. Like, what the fuck? How am I not supposed to like wail and scream and cry because this is going to be the most beautiful thing I'm ever gonna witness? You know what I mean? Like, how the fuck am I, how do you expect? I'm going to have to hold it down, and I know I will. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. I will keep it together. I will hold it together because I have to be strong, you know? My role as the maid of honor, I have to be strong for my sister. So I will be holding it down, but oh my God, it's going to be so hard seeing my dad marry I can't even think about it. Can't think about it. So yeah, that's the most beautiful thing ever. Obviously, I'm not gonna be able to film anything because it's a very private situation. Obviously, I'm not gonna be like vlogging. I'll probably like take some videos here and I'll share it with you guys after. Do a story time and add some clips in of how it went. I just know how much you guys love her, and I'll share as much as I can. I'll obviously share my experience being the maid of honor. I just can't believe this is real, and I'm so excited to take on this role. That's what a lot of my 2026 is going to be. It's just gonna be me getting prepared for this wedding. I just want her to feel so appreciated on her wedding week, and that everybody in her life loves her so much and is so happy for her because she deserves to be so fucking happy. I'm so excited. So that's something really good. Good stuff. I'm gonna put some highlighter on and then I'm done. And then I have to go pick up my car right now because I didn't even tell you guys, my car has been in the shop. It's getting fixed. And I started my makeup at like 4:30 in the morning. I woke up so early so I could film this and get ready with you guys. And I have to go pick up my car at 7. You can see the sun coming up. Because I was driving on the freeway last week, all of a sudden my car was like skipping. It felt like it was just like every time I was accelerating, and it scared the shit out of me. And then my check engine light started flashing and I was like, Gary, I'm literally stopping everything that I'm supposed to be doing and I'm coming to you right now. Gary's the guy that fixed my car when it got stolen. I love Gary. I have a crush on Gary. He's so hot. God, he's like gorgeous. Anyway, so I was like, wow, I have an excuse to see Gary again. But yeah, I'm about to see me doing a full beat before seeing Gary. Me exposing myself. Guys, please. He's so hot. It's like an innocent crush, you know? He has a family. I just associate Gary with so much love and gratitude because he saved my life and fixed my car when it got stolen and was there for me and upgraded my sound system, and I'm just excited to see Gary, so that's what I'm about to be doing. That's why I did a full beat. Can you blame me? Okay, the last thing that I was gonna talk about on my list really quick, Harry's new album. I'm stoked. I loved Aperture. I listened to it for the first time when it came out, expecting so many things because everybody was saying that it sounded like 20 million different things, so I kind of had no idea what to expect. My first listen, I was just like, what the this is so different, but I was still kind of like bopping, but it was just so jarring and different. Like I couldn't wrap my head around what I was experiencing, so I kind of just had like a silent listen, and I didn't really know how I felt. I didn't even know if I liked it. I didn't know if I didn't like it. I did not know, but I listened to it 20 more times and now I love it. I love Aperture. It's so good. Aperture, let the light in, we belong together. It finally appears, a song, like, so good. I love it. I love it. It took me a second, but I really do love it now. So I'm very excited for March 6th. I'm so curious what this album is gonna sound like since Aperture was so experimental. I'm very excited. Guys, I feel really good about this year. I hope you guys are doing great too. I missed you guys so much. Thank you for letting me rant, and thank you for just giving me that space to be vulnerable with you guys, and thank you for not judging me, or you know what I mean. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. I'm gonna probably make a video next week. No, I will. I'll see you guys next week, next weekend. I love you guys. Bye.